because content is king, here I am reviewing random frozen meals that I'm buying, and we're going to start with this Banquet Mega Meats Garlic Parmesan Boneless Strips, which is breaded white meat chicken patty strips coated in sauce with mashed potatoes. Now, I've had a lot of Banquet meals. I haven't had this one. It's new. I don't know how new it is. I'll look it up and find out, and I'll tell you. But I've never seen it before, so let's give it a shot. I'm going to put it in the oven to give it the best shot possible. Let's look inside. Okay, here's the meal in all its glory. It looks, I mean, I guess you could call those strips. They look more like glorified chicken nuggets, but, you know, I don't want to judge too harshly. Some of the Banquet Mega Meals are really good, some aren't, so we'll find out soon enough. Important to note, the real quality ingredients proudly made in the USA since 1953. Yeah, it's Banquet. Anyways, here's the serving size. 560 calories for this meal, which is surprisingly pretty high considering it's not that big. It's under a pound of food. 13.3 ounces. As usual, the sodium is terrible. Everything's bad for you. Alright, here's the meal fresh out of the oven. I don't really have good lighting here, but hopefully you can see everything. And let me take it over to the dining room table and we'll look at it a little closer. Alright, we're going to take this off in real time. This is very exciting. If I can do it. The reveal. It's mashed potatoes. They look like mashed potatoes. And I can't get that off all the way with one hand. But anyways, yeah, those are the mashed potatoes. Here's the tenders, I guess. Like I said, they're more like glorified chicken nuggets, but it smells really good in here. I'll say that much. It does smell garlicky in here. Alright, so I'm going to try these mashed potatoes first. Stir them up a little bit. I don't know if there's supposed to be anything special about these. It looks like there's some like chives in here. I don't remember if it said something about mashed potatoes, so I'm doing a great job, right? Alright, let's be straight up. These are pretty awful mashed potatoes. They don't really taste like anything. They're just kind of there. It's like you put it in your mouth and there's no taste. It's just like pasty gruel. I don't know. It's terrible. And since there's no like gravy or anything or like vegetables to mix in or anything, it's just potatoes. It sucks. I don't know many people who eat mashed potatoes just plain. But if you do, you probably still won't like this because it doesn't even taste like potato. It just tastes like nothing. I don't know how they managed to do that, but yeah, the potatoes are bad. Which leads us to the most important part, the chicken. Now, if this can taste good, if this manages to be good, it can redeem the whole meal because the meal was $2.50 and the chicken is the main component. So if this is, maybe this will blow me away and I'll recommend the meal is what I'm saying. I doubt it, but maybe. So let's take a bite. Alright, so this chicken is actually pretty good. I think the garlic sauce they put on here is good. You can smell it. It's very fragrant, very garlicky. Like anything else, it's also probably a little too salty. But what do you expect with a frozen meal? You kind of got to expect that. But I think these are solid. If it was paired with a side that was also good, then this would be an easy to recommend meal. But as it is, it's hard to really give this a recommendation. You can dip, I dipped the chicken in the mashed potatoes, you know, just to kind of see if that made a difference. And it did kind of dilute it. It diluted the flavor a little bit, which is the worst of both worlds because it basically made this, it spread out the flavor and it basically made it just more bland chicken. But it made the mashed potatoes more palatable because at least it had a taste of garlic with it. But, you know, that's not the words of a recommendation of that I mixed these two to even them out so that it would just be overall mediocre instead of one pretty good chicken and horrible mashed potatoes. So I really can't recommend this meal. Maybe worth a shot if you want to just try the chicken because the chicken's pretty good. These glorified nuggets are pretty good, but the mashed potatoes are basically trash. And when half of your meal, I guess you could say a third, based on the portions, a third of the meal is basically garbage that nobody will ever want to eat, regardless of what you do to it. Maybe you can pour a bunch of hot sauce in it or something just to make it taste like something. It's hard to recommend. So this Banquet boneless garlic chicken meal, I say thumbs down. This is my new rating system, thumbs down. So hopefully something will get a thumbs up soon. That's the frozen meal review, and I'll see you next time with something else frozen.